All right, Oleksiy Goncharenko is a member of Ukrainian parliament, and he joins us now from Odessa. Oleksiy, welcome.
Hello.
You've had a hell of a weekend in Ukraine, and I know I was looking at your video on Twitter that you posted, and just behind you was the building where one of the missiles hit, and you described it as a horror. You are living days of horror, one after another. But what happened there specifically over the weekend?
Yeah, the last several days are especially tough, and especially for Odessa, my native city. And First, it was a missile attack yesterday early morning, after which we are in blackout. There is no electricity in most of the city still already from 7 a.m. yesterday, so it is more than 36 hours already. No water supply, no heating, electric transport doesn't work, schools don't work. So it's bad from this point of view. And Today there was a missile attack in the center of the city, and the missile failed just 250 meters from my home. I ran there. It was very loud, and I ran there. I've been there just minutes after it happened, and it was a horror. Yeah, I didn't want to show it on Twitter because like people in blood and wounded, killed people. So it was very bad. And Yeah, so it is tomorrow will be 1,000 days of Russian full-scale invasion. So it is 1,000 days of horror, but these last days are like in my city especially is especially tough.
What do you think Putin is trying to do right now? I mean, he's hitting everywhere, anything, civilian buildings, electrical infrastructure, whatever they can hit. There was something like 900 missile attacks last week, missile and drone attacks. What are the Russians trying to do right now?
Yeah, just yesterday it was this attack. It was more than 200 altogether missiles and drones.
In
When
one,
I Yeah, it was 120 missiles, I think, and something like 90 drones, something like this. Just one morning. And when I'm hearing about, just step aside about, oh, that we will give a permission to Ukraine to attack in the Russian territory, finally, it took 1,000 days and thousands of Ukrainian lives to make this decision. But the question is, how many missiles will we have? Because a week ago, French defense minister said, like he said, oh, good news, we are sending to Ukraine new delivery of scalp missiles, 10 missiles, 10. Again, just yesterday, one morning, 120 missiles. I'm not counting drones, which were used by Russia. So, with all respect, and I'm very thankful for these 10 missiles, for any missile, for any bullet we're receiving, but it's nothing comparing to what the scale, what's going on here. So, yeah, and this is tough. Sorry, I made step aside and I a little bit lost your question, but yeah,
no, no,
you
no.
take me
That
back
was
to
my
what you.
question anyway, because now we have President Biden announcing that finally, they're going to allow ATACMS to be used on Russian territory by the Ukrainian army, most likely though in that area where North Korean troops are with Russian forces now that want to take back Kursk. Is it going to make any difference?
The question is how many missiles will we receive? It will be 100 missiles. With this permission, it can make a difference, at least at that part of the front line. Also, that will threaten Russians. They will change. They will need to change their logistics to go further inside the territory, decentralize, and so on. So it means I don't want to tell you, and I don't want to look, like a person who is not thankful for the help. We are thankful. I understand we're living through this horror. United States are far away. European countries not so far away, but still not here. And I understand it's our pain. But the question is, the problem is, our pain today can become, I'm sorry, your pain tomorrow. All this horror can go further. to other countries, to other parts of Europe, to other cities. That's the thing, and that's
Yeah.
why we can't understand why the
That's
world can't make a decisive steps to stop this evil.
it's funny. That argument, though, was lost in the United States, and it was certainly lost in the election, but it's not lost on Eastern European countries who understand Russia better and the former Soviet Union, the Baltics, Poland. They're in no doubt that once Putin is finished with Ukraine, that he'll turn his attention to going further. He won't stop.
Absolutely, and he wants to rebuild this empire. And I just want to remind those who are not you're saying Eastern Europe, but not only Germany, dear Germans. It was 35 years ago you were divided. It's 35 years ago. From historical point of view, it's nothing. It's a moment. It's a second. So Putin was Russian agent there in Eastern Germany. So if you are asking Putin what he wants, and if you're going to give to him what he wants, you
Yeah.
need to be prepared to give him at least half of Germany. Eastern Germany, why not?
What do you say about President Trump, who comes in and 24 hours will do a deal? We'll make an arrangement, kind of like a mafia don, we'll give him some land and we'll get a ceasefire in place and bada bing.
I clearly understand that with President Trump, we're moving from rules based international order to deals based international order. That's clear. Um, we want Trump to be successful. I mean, who else, who more than us, want this war to be finished? Who suffers from this war more than Ukrainians? The question is that the finish should be a real finish, first of all. It should be a peace, not a ceasefire. Secondly, it should be a fair peace, because in other case, it will mean that I don't know when I'm hearing, oh, are you ready? Many media asking me now, are you ready to cede part of your territory, to give up part of your territory to Russia? We do not agree, and we will never agree. And nobody in the world would make us accept that our territories are Russian. These are our territories. Yes, that's true that without American military support, at least for the moment, we can't reclaim this territory by military force.
Elon
That's
Musk, who is
that's true.
advising Trump and working with the Trump administration, suggested in a tweet that Zelensky's a comedian for saying, in the end, we will be the ones that decide. Ukraine will be the ones that the Ukrainians will be the ones that decide this. And he said that that was comedy in effect.
Yeah, I mean it's. I don't know what is funny for Elon Musk here. Maybe yeah, he made this kind of funny comedian joke. Uh, it's not about Zelensky. And where I just want to people like Elon Musk, I understand probably he's not looking us now, but I just want to explain to other people who are watching us now, when such things are said about Zelensky as the president of Ukraine, it's a joke about Ukraine. It's a joke about us who are dying every day. It's a bad joke. It's nothing funny in it. You can help or you cannot help. It's up to you. But to smile on it, to laugh on it, I think it's too much. I'm not fan of President Zelensky. I don't like President Zelensky. I should be frank with you. But it's my president. It's our president, and we inside Ukraine, we can smile on him, laugh on him, we can be angry of him, but Elon Musk can't, and nobody else, because it's about our state, it's about our country, and I will never laugh on Donald Trump because he is elected by American people, not because I like him or I don't like him. It's because he's elected by American people, and that will be kind of unrespect from me towards American people, which they do not deserve. So that's the same about Ukrainians, and I think Elon Musk. I mean, he's a great entrepreneur, but to be a great entrepreneur and to be a great person and to be a smart man, a smart politician, it's a big difference.
You said it should be a peace, not a ceasefire. A lot of people would say you're not going to get to peace with Russia right now. They're not going to, easily withdraw. Take a ceasefire, bring in international forces so that they can keep that kind of like between North and South Korea, some kind of no man's land, maybe a promise not to join NATO for a decade or two. You don't see that flying.
I don't like such end. The fact that I don't like it doesn't mean that I'm telling you that it is impossible. But the question is, when I told you about peace and ceasefire, what I meant, first of all, is security guarantees.
Mhm.
Because if we, in any way, we will end hostilities, in any way, I'm not now discussing in what way even, but if there will be no security guarantees to Ukraine, one thing we are sure about, that Putin will attack again. Maybe it will be, for example, maybe it will be after President Trump, because we definitely know that in 4 years, the United States will elect new president. Trump can't run anymore. So his personal assurances will not work in 4 years. Oh, it will be earlier. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it can happen something with Russia. Maybe there will be a revolution there. Maybe they will fall apart. Maybe they will go to another war. I don't know. But in any other case, this empire will attack again. So I want to know what security guarantees Ukraine will receive. And that's not because I'm like somebody owes us and like, oh, the other countries are in debt towards us. No. But in 1994, United States and United Kingdom gave us security guarantees of Budapest Memorandum when we voluntarily gave up our nukes for the first time in human history. If we would have our nukes today, we would just destroy today Moscow completely to rubble after what they did in Maya Odessa. And never ever anybody would in the world would do this to us. Nobody would ever attack us if we would have it. But United States and United Kingdom, I'm not speaking about Russia, but United States and United Kingdom took our nukes from us and instead gave us a piece of paper which we now can take only to toilet, which is called Budapest Memorandum. And that will never happen with us again. We don't believe anymore in such things. So we want security guarantees. In any case, whatever is discussed. So that's the most important part.
Could you, and final question to you, could you talk about political process if Trump somehow convinces Putin and Zelensky to do a deal, whether it be a ceasefire, whether it be a peace deal? Zelensky can just not sign a piece of paper on his own, can he? So what would have to happen inside Ukraine?
No, Zelensky can't do it on his own. Definitely, Zelensky should go to Ukrainian people, to Ukrainian civil society and say, that's the situation. That's where we are. That's what we can do, and that's what we can't. And in this situation, we need to make some decisions. Maybe these will be painful decisions, but let us talk and let us make this. But it will be decision of Ukrainian society, yes. And I don't know. It depends from so many things. The most important, what will be inside this package, so-called, yeah, we can say. I just don't know. And also, yes, this is what should happen, because you should be absolutely aware of one thing. In February, March 2022, it was not Zelensky himself as a person. It was not, with all respect, javelins or anybody. It was Ukrainian people who were lying under Russian tanks who stopped Russia. And that only Ukrainian people and Ukrainian society can decide what to do next. We are waiting for the proposition of Donald Trump. We believe that this proposition will be fair towards us because we deserve it.
Oleksiy Goncharenko, member of Ukrainian Parliament. Thank you so much for taking your time. Thank you, and
Thank you.
stay safe. I mean, I
Thank
know it's very difficult, dark days.
you. Yeah, it is. Thank you very much.
All right.